Like, comment, and subscribe for more content. What's cooking, good looking? Welcome back to the channel. So, I've been doing some thinking lately. You know what I really like? Guest characters. I also really like smoked turkey legs. Like, you know when you go to Disneyland or like the county fair and they got the turkey leg out there cooking it? Oh my god, dude. But yeah, guest characters. Guest characters. And we all like guest characters. Even you people that say you don't like guest characters, listen, you guys don't gotta lie to me. I know for a fact that we all bought Soul Calibur 2 back in the day because Link was in it, okay? We all share that experience, all right? But all guest characters are not made equal. I will say that. And I'm asking you guys, where is the cutoff? Where's the cutoff between a good guest character and a bad guest character? Because that is a very real and tangible thing, bad guest characters. And the catalyst for me making this video, of course, is Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, right? Because City of the Wolves, it has a few guest characters in it. And I've been working on this video for the past, like, I don't know, dude, 2 to 3 weeks, maybe even 4. I don't know. I don't remember. And I actually didn't put this video out immediately. And good thing I made that decision, because the climate surrounding Fatal Fury's guest characters, it has changed dramatically from the past, like, week and a half, you know? And without me even saying anything, you guys already know who I'm talking about. Mr. Salvatore Ganachi, right? And also Ronaldo. So, really quick, before we look at some guest characters, because I want to take a look at some of the strangest guest characters in fighting games, we're not going to look at all of them. Because if I did, we'd be here all the live long day. We're going to limit it to the past, like, I don't know, dude, 10 years? Right? Yeah, that sounds good, right? Really quick, guys, before we start diving into these characters, leave a like, subscribe if you guys like fighting games. Help your boy out. We're trying to hit like 3,000 subs by July, right? Dude, listen, man, I'm in no rush. It's a marathon, not a sprint, but help your boy out. I'd appreciate it. So first, we're going to start this thing with Mr. Salvatore Ganachi himself, right? And when they announced Salvatore was going to be in City of the Wolves, the internet went crazy, okay? People were so pissed off upon the announcement that this dude was going to be a playable character. I thought it was a late April Fool's joke. I'm not going to lie, but nah, dude, they weren't April Fooling. Salvatore is an actual character in the game, and I think we owe him an apology, okay? Because we were all just hating this dude. And then, like, the game came out, and we're like, okay, you know what? Salvatore's actually kind of cool, right? He's actually a big fan of Fatal Fury as well, right? So the past, like, I don't know, dude, the past week, the entire FGC has kind of flipped on him, right? What makes Salvatore so interesting, opposed to another real-life dude like Ronaldo, who we're definitely going to talk about in a bit, Salvatore is not really portrayed like a real-life dude, right? Because, like, he is a real-life DJ. He's not super-duper famous as opposed to, you know, Ronaldo. Salvatore only has, like, 500,000 subs, which, hey, that's nothing to sneeze at. But opposed to Ronaldo, it's not even close. You know what I mean? So I feel like the whiplash was that people didn't really know him like that, and he was following up, you know, another real-ass dude being Ronaldo. However, when you play as Salvatore, right, and you actually pay attention to him, everything he does is a reference to, like, his music videos and his songs, right? Because, like, in his music videos, he portrays himself in, like, a hyper-realistic way, right? It's like if they put Tyler, the Creator, in Fatal Fury, but, like, it was one of his personas or something, right? It's a character, right? And these characters have, like, crazy powers and stuff, right? Salvatore being a lesser-known DJ, a lot of people, you know, especially us in the FGC, we just didn't know that, right? Me personally, I did my research. When they announced Salvatore was going to be in the game, I watched a couple of his music videos. I actually like a couple of his songs. Take Me to America, that's really good, right? Step Grandma, it's a personal favorite of mine. Horse, that one's good too. So me personally, after doing a little bit of research, I'm like, oh, okay, this makes sense now, right? And seemingly the rest of the FGC, we've all reached that point, and now people love Salvatore, right? He's actually really fun to play. He's a joke character like Dan, but he's actually really complex. He takes some effort to get used to, but he's actually really good as well, right? So Salvatore is the first character I want to talk about. But I also want to talk about Ronaldo, right? Because Ronaldo is what sparked this whole thing, right? So Ronaldo, real life, super famous football star. He was the first guest character in City of the Wolves. And compared to Salvatore Ganachi, dude, it's not even close, right? It feels like Ronaldo, he has so many like stipulations. Like, hey, I want you to put me in this game, but I don't want my character to do anything goofy, right? Dude, I don't want an arcade mode. I don't want you to be able to edit my colors, right? Dude, Ronaldo does not have an arcade mode. Did you guys know that? You can't edit his colors in the color editor or anything like that. Dude, his standard like standing animation is nothing. Compared to Salvatore, it's light and day. It's so strange, dude. It's so strange. So I would consider Salvatore a successful guest character. And I would consider Ronaldo not so much, right? Because his inclusion does not really add anything into the game, right? If I were to be so bold to say that, right? So moving on from Fatal Fury, I want to talk about Street Fighter 6, right? Of course, because listen, man, I love me some Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6 Season 2, we had Terry and Mai, right? From Fatal Fury. See how that kind of ties together? That's why I wanted to talk about them back to back like that. Terry and Mai are the very first guest characters in Street Fighter history, right? Street Fighter up until this point has never had any guest characters, right? You're probably like, actually, Cap, technically, Cody and Guy are from Final Fight, and Akira is from Rival Schools, therefore, they are guest characters, because they're not from Street Fighter. Dude, calm down, okay? Calm down. Those are games owned by Capcom. A business decision was made there, okay? So now that we're on the same page, Terry Bogard and Mai Shiranui are the first guest characters in Street Fighter history. And for the most part, they're pretty cool, right? A lot of people were saying that Street Fighter 6 did the characters better than Fatal Fury City of the Wolves did. Listen, I'm not going to go that far. I'm not going to start any fires out here, which that does seem like something I would do, but no. They're pretty cool in Street Fighter 6. However, I feel like the impact of them being in the game is lessened by the fact that we got 2 in one season, right? So, we were really happy that we got guest characters. Oh, dude, Terry Bogard and Mai, awesome. But, we only get 4 characters per season. So the only Street Fighter characters we got this season were M. Bison and Elena. That's a whole year with 2 Street Fighter characters. You know what I mean? So some people were really mad about that. Listen, I like Terry Bogard and Mai a lot. I think Mai she's kind of broken a little bit. She doesn't even really need to do what Mai does, right? She just plays Street Fighter 6 so well. You don't even have to really engage with Mai as a character, right? Like, she has this whole cool, fire stock system, right? Which she doesn't even really need to use, right? That kills me, man. There's a whole fire mechanic, and this character doesn't even really need to use it? Like, come on, dude. What are we doing? Right, so I think they made her a little too good. For Season 3, I think I just want Street Fighter characters again. I'll be blatantly honest with you guys. As cool as Mai and Terry are, I would consider them successful crossover characters. But, there's an asterisk there. Because I do feel there's a little bit of negativity there, right? For me personally, dude, give me Alex. Give me Sean, Hell, I'll even take Makoto. But anyway, moving on from Street Fighter, let's talk about Mortal Kombat, right? Mortal Kombat 1 specifically, right? Because Mortal Kombat 1, it has a bunch of guest characters in it. But, I don't think any of them in particular really hit. I think the best... this is strange, man. I think Ghostface and Homelander are the two best guest characters in Mortal Kombat 1. I think I'm not even super confident saying that. I think those are the two best executed guest characters. Peacemaker, he's cool too. Conan is cool, right? The Terminator, awesome, right? Did I say Conan already? Conan, Omni-Man. There's a lot of guest characters in this game, dude. God damn. I don't know, man. I feel like the guest characters in Mortal Kombat 11, they were just executed better, right? Both games, kind of garbage. They are. I do love me some Mortal Kombat. I think Mortal Kombat 11 had the better guest characters. We had Spawn. Oh, dude. Oh, my God. Spawn. Whew. Spawn. That's fire guest character right there. The Terminator was in that one as well. And that's like Arnold Terminator. I think he's probably the least, in terms of execution. I put him towards the bottom because, like, if this is a tier list, because Terminator in Mortal Kombat 11, it felt like blatant, like, product placement. It felt like product placement, but, like, he was still cool. You know what I mean? So he gets a pass. So I would put him towards the bottom, but at the same time, I give him a pass. And now moving from Mortal Kombat, let's talk about Tekken. Right, because Tekken has some crazy guest characters too, right? Tekken 7 was the first to really have some, like, some off-the-wall stuff. We got Noctis, we got Geese. Geese is probably the best, guest character in Tekken 7, right? Dude, Geese and Akuma, he feels like he belongs there in a weird way. I was that guy playing Akuma all of Tekken 7's lifespan, pissing off everybody, right? So Geese and Akuma are up there for me. I think the weirdest one, right, the wackiest one, is Negan from The Walking Dead, right? A lot of people had no idea who he was. I like The Walking Dead, right? Negan is my favorite character in The Walking Dead. And even I was like, okay, this is really strange. I don't know how I feel about this. He is really fun. I will say that. And he is different than Ronaldo, right? Because Negan is an actual character, right? He's portrayed by an actor, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, but, like, Negan is a character from something else, right? That's the difference between, like, a movie character or a TV character like, Arnold, Negan, and then Ronaldo. But Negan is like that. I can't even defend that. I think I was the only person in the world that actually liked Negan from The Walking Dead and Tekken. But anyway, guys, that's just a handful of wacky guest characters in fighting games. There are a ton more, but like I said, I don't want us to be here all day just listing off crazy guest characters. That's what the comment section is for. Leave a comment. Who is the craziest, most head-scratchingest guest character that you guys could think of off the top of your head? I am curious. It's probably going to be a lot of Soul Calibur stuff. I didn't mention any Soul Calibur stuff in this video, right? Soul Calibur is just... it's all over the place. But anyway, guys, that's the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one.